Right, so this topic is quite a major topic in Sec 2, and you're going to continue learning this in Sec 3. A lot of students struggle with the later part when you are learning the acid and alkali as well as the indicator. Students also struggle with the chemical equation, word equation for this topic. So it's good to start early, okay, and then you can actually learn in a relaxed mode. You can learn better also. Okay, rather than during the Sec 2 year, you learn this, in the middle of the year, it can be quite stressful. Okay. Jeremy, to be Bernie, right? Okay. All right. So chemical changes, look at all the things that you need to know. These are the learning outcomes. So I put it down for you. I actually break up the whole note into different parts. So we have just covered this particular part here, which is the physical changes, right? And then chemical changes, then followed by the chemical changes caused by heat, light, and electrolysis. Yep. And then under each of them, for example, heat, you can see that there's thermal decomposition. Thermal decomposition means what? Breaking down of a substance by the use of heat. Okay, combustion, we burn something, all right, using heat, and it will generate more heat. Okay, oxidation. So in the presence of heat, okay, a substance is combined with oxygen. Okay, under light, there is actually photosynthesis, photography. We also talk about X-ray, right? So last lesson, we talked about X-ray. X-ray and photography very, very close, okay, because they respond similarly. X-ray also respond to the lights as well. Now, electricity, we have electrolysis, but we also talked about electroplating last lesson. Okay, so let me send these to you. All right, let me send this to you. Okay, these are the notes that we have actually completed in our previous lesson. Okay, hold on. So you download this part here. Then next lesson, I give you another section of it. Note 9. Okay, so if you go to the chat now, you should be able to see a PDF document that I have attached there. Chemical changes. So if you can download that document, you'll be good. Charmaine and Andrea can turn on the camera. Bernie also, Bernie. I see a cartoon rather than you. Can you download? Able to download? Jia Long, okay or not? Can download, Okay. Harlan, able to download? Yeah. So if you can open up, that will be good. So you need to print it out, then you can fill in the blanks. Okay, 1 minute. We are waiting for some other students to come in. Let me open up all the slides first. Have you all watched the e-learning video in the portal? If you have, give me a thumbs up. Okay, Andrea, you did good. Okay. Let's see. I'm trying to open up the worksheet also that you've done. Next one. Okay, so this is actually the slides that we looked at. Okay, last lesson. More of you are in now. Okay, so we talked about the learning objective. Okay, then you need to differentiate between physical change from the chemical change. Use word equation to represent chemical reaction. All right, then describe chemical change that is caused by heat, caused by exposure to light, and caused by passing electric current through a substance. Right, so scientists talk about two types of changes, physical and chemical change. So if you are looking at your notes now, you should be able to see, okay? You should be able to see that it follows quite closely to the slides. Go on. Let me just send the notes again to other students. If you just join, okay, look into the chat. You should see the notes that I have put there. Download that note now, and then you can print it out and fill in the blank yourself. Okay. All right. So two types of changes, physical and chemical change. Now, so the video we have watched before. All right. So when you see videos like these, for example, let me just show you. Okay. So this is actually showing you a chemical change. Why? Because you see that there's heat and light that is being given out. Okay. You know that there's a new substance that's being formed. So certain characteristics will tell you what are the chemical changes. So you need to write that down in case you're being asked. Okay, so that just shows you a physical change. Boiling water, water converted to steam, right? You can also convert the steam back in water, okay, in a reverse process known as condensation. Right now, in water, we can also freeze it to form ice. That is also known as a physical change. What is the difference between physical and chemical changes? For physical change, no new substance will be formed. Whatever you started with still remain the same kind of chemical substance. Okay, so what is within it stays the same. Water is still water. It did not change to hydrogen or oxygen. Okay, it's still having that molecular structure H2O. Okay, physical change, we talked about it just now, and we also learn about the how the molecule of water looks like, Mickey Mouse shape. It can never form this particular shape. Okay, so physical change, if you're asked to define, this is what you write down. Okay, it's a change where no new substance is formed. Okay, it's reversible, usually. Some of you will say that if I chop down the wood, right, from the chop down a tree, okay, I can't put the tree back again. Yeah, of course, because most physical changes we talk about is there is no change in the chemical composition. All right, the tree is still tree, wood is still wood. Of course, we can't get back the original tree. That's why we say that physical changes are usually reversible, but we wouldn't say that it's 100% reversible. Like tearing out a piece of paper, on the spot, you can't make the paper a whole piece anymore, but of course, you know that now there are techniques for you to make paper. Okay? Then we also talk about, the chemical equation, word equation, how to represent the chemical changes, etc. We also learn about reactants and product, if you recall. Okay, so definition of chemical change is one where a new substance is formed, usually irreversible, unless we are, maybe using very drastic measures. Okay, we might be able to reverse some chemical changes, some, not all. Okay, then chemical change is also called a chemical reaction. Okay, we represent it with a word equation. At your level, Set 2, you only need to know word equation. Chemical equation is not required yet. Okay, but just now Unlock came in earlier because I promised him last week, right? I'll be teaching him how to balance equation, right now. Okay, so you start off with word equation, then chemical equation, then balance equation. But balance equation, usually you only have to learn it in Sec 3. Unless your school wants to bring it down, okay, to Sec 2 to teach you. Some schools do that. All right, they'll bring down the upper secondary content to Sec 1 and 2 to teach students. But in general, we try not to do that. I will teach you some, but not everything. See, otherwise, I'll be teaching you upper Sec stuff already. So we call these the reactants, substances that react. So after you have the arrow being drawn here, right, it will tell you that the products are being formed. So products that are formed, in this particular case, when we react sodium with chlorine, we get sodium chloride. Okay, so reactants will be sodium and chlorine, and then products will be sodium chloride. Arrow shows direction of change. Okay, usually you need the heat, okay, for this to happen. Chemical changes can be brought upon by heat, light, and electricity, and this is what you must know at Sec 2 level. Okay, like I covered just now, thermal decomposition, combustion, oxidation, photosynthesis, and photography, and then after that, electrolysis. There's another part to electrolysis. One additional one that you probably should know, that's electroplating. Hello, Sheena. Hello, Hubbard. Okay. Who else just came in? Caden also, right? Just came in only a while ago. All right. So chemical changes caused by heat. You have the notes already. Have you downloaded, Sheena? You downloaded your note? I attached in the chat. Yeah, check whether you can download it, whether you can open it. Okay, you should fill up on your own the blanks. Right. So in thermal decomposition, one single substance is decomposed into two or more substances when heated. Okay, so we were talking about sugar. Okay, that's why there's scribbling here. Sugar, if we were to heat it, okay, it will eventually form carbon and water vapor. Now, we know by our own experience, not too sure whether you've done it before, but I've heated sugar in a spoon when I was in primary school. So when I just started heating the sugar, it actually started melting, and then it turns slightly yellow, and then the brownish color came, and it gets darker, and vapor eventually becomes black. So that is the carbon that I'm referring to. Okay, so sugar, upon heating the brown one, you call it caramel. You heat it longer, you will form carbon. Okay, formula for sugar, those who are interested, C6H12O6. That means in every molecule of sugar, there are 6 carbon atoms, 12 hydrogen atoms, and 6 oxygen atoms forming it. Okay, so upon heating, now you can try to balance this equation already, if you know how to balance it. You can try. Okay, upon heating it, I get carbon and hydrogen. This is the chemical equation that's not balanced. The one at the top where you spell out the words, we call it the word equation. Okay, so what goes in must come out. I was telling Anlak that I was also referring this to all of you earlier. So you have carbon, hydrogen, and oxygen, okay, being put into the reaction. You heat this particular substance. Whatever comes out will still contain carbon, hydrogen, and oxygen. You cannot have some foreign elements coming out of it. What goes in got to come out. Yes, correct. You are right. So you're getting the hang of it. Okay. Combustion. Okay, substance react with oxygen, all right, when heated. Okay, combustion, another name, we call it burning, okay, to form one or more new substances. Okay, example, burning charcoal. Charcoal is carbon. Okay, when we burn it, it will combine with oxygen in the air to form carbon dioxide. Okay, I'll just quickly run through because we have covered this last week. Okay. Sheena, you are copying now. The blanks, is it? Okay, good. Have you printed out already? Okay, so you have that also. What is that? Is it the Wacom?